I'm tired of failing, it's making a hole in my heart and in my head. I finally lost all control. I quit my job for this, but nobody gives a shit. So this year will be my last of playing shows. You claim you're DIY, but you don't wanna die. Every time you see the word millennial, wearing titles, but I'm sleeping on tile and eating cold raviolis at the show. Well, I've got something to say. I think your friends are all fake. They're taking pictures of their plate while I'm eating my cold raviolis at the show. Well, I've got something to say. I think your friends are all fake. They're taking pictures of their plate while I'm eating mine, while I'm sleeping lack, while I'm taking time to try to realize. Because how could I ever be the guy to have his life ever work out fine? You complain about your major that you don't know what to do. I know exactly what I want, but it'll never come true. LMS retweet, your life is a performance piece. Your audience is half asleep cause you're boring just like me. And I need what you need, just way more than you think. And I need what you need, just way more than you think. And I need what you need, but way more than you think. And I need what you need, but way more than you think. I've been sleeping with the TV on, just loud enough to drown out all my thoughts. 'Cause lately I can't think without panic chasing me. Stare at the ceiling, count pounding heartbeats. Lost in a crowd of recycled bones and skin. What do you do now with your 7 skeletons? I know how it feels to get stuck. Lonely, melancholy, nothing makes you give a fuck. But if our stubborn bones can grow new on their own, then we can change ourselves and build a better home. Lost in a crowd of recycled bones and skin. What do you do now with your 7 skeletons? Lost in a crowd of recycled bones and skin. What do you do now
check. Huh. Why is check check. There we go. Now I have audio. Hello and welcome to the stream. Welcome. Thank you all for being here on this very last minute stream. I need to record some guitar and bass. My schedule for the week got a little flipped up. I wasn't going to stream on YouTube at all this week, but I figured now would be a perfect time to do so. In case y'all did not know, I stream regularly on Twitch. That's what I've been doing lately. It is looking like Tuesday nights is going to become a night where I stream a guitar and bass recording every week. If you've never seen a stream of me recording guitar and bass, this is pretty much it. I come in with just the drums laid out, and then I, track guitar and bass and maybe keys. I might do keys on this stream, but I have to unplug a USB cable from this thing and put it into my keyboard. But it's all set up in case I want to do that, depending on how fast I get through this. Yeah, so that's on Twitch, twitch.tv/Scott2Network. It's in the description of like all my videos, at least since I've had Twitch. And before anyone asks, because people always ask what songs are playing before the stream, the last song that was just playing is Ascor. It's off of the Undertale cover record I did that is on Spotify and all streaming platforms. I did 3 videos for that: Spider Dance, Determination, and Enemy Approaching, but the whole record is 11 tracks long. So actually I technically did 5 videos because Snowden Town and Megalovania I did last year or 2 years ago now. But there's about 6 covers on that record that I did not do a video for, so they're only available through streaming, so you can check that out. And the song before that was my band We Are the Union. I play trombone in, and that was A Better Home. And then the song that was at the beginning was, I already forget, Cold Raviolis, a cover off of the first Scott2 Network official streaming record, Pick It the Fuck Up, which is also the first Scott2 Network vinyl. And I believe there's a few vinyl left on the Counterintuitive Records website. Also want to shout out Counterintuitive Records for distroing Scott2 Network onto streaming platforms. They are super dope. What time are the streams on Tuesdays for someone in the UK? So I don't have a set time exactly yet. Hold on, my camera's really over. It's set to like the nighttime lighting there. That's a little better. I don't have a set time for the streams yet. Typically I just post on being like, hey, like I'm going live at some point. I'm aiming to start doing them at some time between like 6 p.m. and like 8 p.m. Because I utilize the mornings and the day for recording horns and playing horns. And with guitar DI, it's not as loud. So typically streams are almost always going to be in the evening. I'm also just more productive in the evening, to be honest. Great teams, man. Thank you so much. Perfect timing for us to watch in Europe. Heck yeah. I'm glad y'all can get a nice late night stream in Europe. All right. Anyway, so this is an old cover. You can see the title of the song. It is a Law Dispute song. Such Small Hands, and then it flows in. I forgot the name of the second song, but I merged both of them together. And I only did that because I heard it on YouTube as merged together, not realizing they were 2 separate songs, to be quite honest. All right, so that sounds good. Let me check all the levels before I get going. So the microphone is already pretty loud. It's clipping, and because of the setup, it's just very hard to I can't. They're not separate inputs. So if the music is too loud for my voice, typically try to talk when I'm not recording, because you can't really, one, I lose focus and I mess up the recording when I talk, but 2, you just can't hear me most of the time. So before, people were saying that a lot on Twitch yesterday, and it's like there's no way for me to really remedy that without having the mic clip any more than it already is. Oh snap, Flying Raccoon Suit is in the chat. I need to remember how to play this. There it is. So it's very two-tone opening. Hello from Russia. Hello from Gainesville, Florida. Let's see, that is the wrong input, so it sounds all phasey. There we go. Now it's the right input. Let's get the met going. There is no count in. I can record a scratch count in. Cool. All right, so I'll put that on another track. The angle that I'm recording at is a little awkward right now, but it just be like that sometimes. Maybe if I like turn my whole body this way, it'll be a little easier. It's hard staying in frame. Because I'm still in frame a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and try that again. I'm just gonna keep the met on. I want the counting because I want to turn the met off, but I'm just gonna keep the met on. Hello from the Netherlands. Getting a sandy Egyptian vibe. Nothing says Egyptian like. So you get this major. The intonation's a little off on my guitar. But that major, and then so it's an E major, and then you play an F major over an E power chord. And then G major over E major power chord. If you really want to get into that Egyptian vibe, that like deserty vibe, you can play Phrygian scale. Oh, hold on. Yeah, so a Phrygian scale, but raise the third to a major third. Ah. Enough of that. That's also the mode starting on the 5th of harmonic minor. That's another way you can think about that, depending on how you think about music theory. Something about drum corps. I saw calling it a met. Yeah, I marched Bluecoats 2016, 2017. Gotta say, as a drummer for 15 years, you have an incredible feel for drum parts that you create. Yeah, that's actually because, well, one, I love drums. Well, one, I studied music composition, so I always pay attention to music. Two, I really love drums. Like, truly is one of my favorite instruments to play. Just, one, recording a drum set is very hard, as you probably know. Two, playing drums is like, what's it called? It's loud and stuff like that. So, and I just don't have space for a drum set. But, like, I mean, I, like, have sticks, and I constantly, like, work on... Like whenever a song is playing, I'll just do I'll do some gridding, 1, 2, 3, 4. So like I understand fundamentals of drums, and I can do pretty simple beats. So like a big part of me being able to write drum parts is understand, even though I don't really get a lot of time behind a set, I can still get behind a set and hold a groove. Like all you need to do is get a practice pad and practice. And I feel like people really undermine that ability. And I feel like if you're writing music, you should understand, all the parts that you're writing. I used to write music for my high school ska band. I did not know how to play guitar and drums at the time. So both those parts always suffered because our guitarist wasn't very creative, and we never had a solid drummer. So the drummers would always come in not knowing how to play ska, and it was really weird. And I'm a firm believer, if you're playing ska, the drums, guitar, and bass, that needs to be tight, and it needs to be very, very true to the sound. There's a lot of nuances in ska drums, as well as guitar, that all line up that to me make the music pop. It separates the corny sounding high school ska band sound from the bands Bad Operation who shred, or Kill Lincoln who shred. They have a very good understanding of those nuances. So I think that stuff's very important, very, very, very important to know and to have at least basic understanding of. Plus, I just listen to a bunch of music, and I'm always like drumming along to stuff, even if it's like my hands or whatever. Gosh, okay. Let's try this again. Oh geez, hold on. Alright, I have like this program that's in demo version, and it popped up as soon as I started recording that. Am I ever gonna finish this recording? Who knows? Oh shit. Bluecoats, is that the corps that Kelsey Monroe marched in? No, that's the cadets. All of those had one little mistake in each of them. Let's do this again. Out of pocket a little bit. Jesus. All right, let's try this one more game. Punch myself in for that last one because let's get that first note down. How are there only 86 people watching out of 185k subscribers? That's a very good question that I ask myself every single day. I think part of it is algorithm. I think another part of it is like, think about every YouTube. I don't know if you're someone who uses YouTube actively. I feel like you do because you have a profile picture. And to me, that says a lot about how much you use YouTube. Think about every single channel you follow. Do you watch all of their videos every time they drop them? Maybe you do. I do. Or at least I try my best to. But there's a lot of channels that like, they just, I follow, like I've subscribed to like a couple, I think like about 100 or so channels, at least ones that I, actively try to watch. Obviously, like I'm not watching 100 videos a day or 100 videos a week. But, when you start watching a lot of your regular stuff, the stuff you don't watch as much kind of gets buried in the algorithm, even if you subscribe, which like really sucks. And if you hit the bell for every single channel, the bell becomes less special, So I feel like a lot of people are just not aware that I'm posting videos. Some people will comment on my stuff being like, I haven't seen your videos in like 2 years. And I'm like, how? I've literally been uploading at least one video a week for like 3 years. So, if you're not actively keeping up, then you're not going to see it. So that's kind of, and it sucks too. I wish it wasn't like that. And sometimes people don't realize that's happening. Or they're very passive. People just aren't on YouTube. I feel like if you use YouTube, oh God, hold on. Getting this weird phasey thing again. Let me just copy this track. If you're on YouTube, you're one of like 3 types of people. You only use YouTube when you need a resource, like how to change a light bulb or something. I don't know, some whatever dumb stuff. How to drink a cup of water. Then you're like one of those people. You don't have an account. You never log in. Or you're someone who has an account, most likely logged in through your Google account, and you watch stuff kind of, but only like what the algorithm gives you, and it's very like mainstream stuff, which like there's nothing wrong with like that. That's fine. I watch a lot of channels with like tens of millions of subscribers or whatever. So but you don't really actively dig stuff out, or you're the person who always deep dives channels and have the really niche stuff that you follow. So there's like no in between. And I feel like a lot of people just saw like my Blink-182 Damn It cover, like the Bad Guy Billie Eilish cover, and they're not the types that like actively seek out new music. They just kind of give what they like, they take what they know. So like there's like a huge percentage of my followers who are like, they don't want to hear a bunch of covers. They just want to hear a cover of a song they know. So they won't check my stuff out unless it's like oh, you're covering Blink 182 again, you're covering Green Day, like, and I don't really care to cover that stuff. I care to cover what I like to cover, and like, like the niche audiences that I do cover and reach to, they appreciate that stuff, and that's stuff I like to do. So it's definitely a big part of that. I'm 100% YouTube. Happened to refresh my subscriptions and saw you. Heck yeah, skia. I see your videos more on Twitter. Twitter is definitely one of the best algorithms out there. It doesn't like, I don't know how YouTube works. I don't pay attention too much to the YouTube algorithm, to be honest. But like Facebook and Instagram will suppress your stuff and make you pay money for people to see it. Twitter doesn't do that. So the fact that Twitter doesn't do that, TikTok used to not do that. I'm not like, TikTok's been weird lately with the algorithm, but for a long time was very good. I want to say I love that you cover obscure stuff. Yeah, I mean, everyone out here is covering like the obvious stuff, and it's like, to me, it's like, why would I do that when like every other person making ska covers is covering this stuff? Like, no one's thinking about doing a ska cover of like La Dispute, but here I am covering La Dispute. Actually, I feel like someone else probably would have done that at some point, but all right, there was one part that was a little out of pocket. No, it sounded fine to me. Maybe I just heard it in my head. All right, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and copy these. Let's make let's do, I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. Let's do the rhythm guitar now. So Agaste Marco cover. I don't even know who that is, so I guess I will not cover that, at least not now. Lives on YouTube are fine, but YouTube for me is video on demand content. Maybe once a week I watch people that I care like you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I don't obviously stream that much on YouTube, at least not as much compared to like what's it called, as I do on Twitch. That's that platform's name. What do I normally start? I normally write out the drums. I figure out how the drums are gonna go, and then I record guitar and then bass to the guitar, and then sometimes horns, sometimes vocals, depending on how I'm feeling. Yeah, the voice is quiet because there's just no way to cleanly stream recording music while all right. So here's the explanation I do every stream. There's like, so OBS is the program that you use to stream. What's it called? OBS is the program that you use to stream. So in OBS, you can put in your audio inputs. Whenever I'm recording, there's going to be hella latency, both from everything, if I directly put the sound of Logic into OBS. It's just the way it is. Don't know why. It's really fucking annoying. Probably because OBS isn't built for you to live stream recording music. So the only workaround that works so far is outputting my monitor sources from my Apollo Twin, which is the interface that I use to record, and putting those into a Scarlett 2i2. The Scarlett 2i2 goes into OBS. That causes zero latency around the board. The problem with that is, instead of, like, normally I would use the Scarlett 2i2 as my microphone for streaming, so that way you can clearly hear me and I can separate the microphone volume from the guitar and everything else volume. The problem with that now is I don't have those inputs anymore because the monitor input is going out from the Apollo into the Scarlett. So I now have to input my microphone into the Apollo, have to bypass the Apollo through Logic and have that microphone go into the Scarlett. But the sound is outputting from the Apollo as well. So long story short, the guitar volume and the microphone volume are going through the same channel. There is absolutely nothing I can do. The microphone is already clipping as is. If I turn it up any louder, it's just going to be very distorted. So the workaround to that is, I get that literally every stream, and there's like nothing really I can do about it at all. So it's just just the way it is. Sound engineering is one hell of a rabbit hole. Yep, and it sucks too because literally if OBS just didn't cause latency for like no good reason, it's so weird. It's going through way more inputs, but there's less latency. I hate it. I hate how things work. But there's like no fix to that whatsoever. So I missed that thing. Also, a thing that's annoying is like whenever I try to use the input from the Apollo in OBS, because OBS is running through Logic, I can't do that, and I can't use it as an input in OBS and Logic at the same time. It's so annoying. That's like the part that pisses me off. It's not even the fact that I need because I've tried Loopback, I've tried all the virtual mixers. The problem is because the Apollo is being used in Logic, it just stops it from being able to be used in anything else. So that's the issue, because the Apollo is like, I don't understand why, but it's just, trust me, I spent over a year troubleshooting this. I've done every single workaround possible. Like, there's no way. Every other way involves latency, and I can't record music if there's like a 2-second delay from the guitar to what's it called? From the guitar to oh my goodness, I keep missing that part. Cheers for you for getting through those hoops just to stream. Possible costly solution is a second streaming PC. I mean, yeah, in an ideal world, I'll have like a second PC and a monitor, but like aside from money problems, I just don't have space for like literally anything else in this room. I do not know the band The Drums. Sorry, I saw that comment earlier. Good lord, if you want an audio headache, try dealing with an ID. The engineers clearly did not listen to music. Yeah, it's always the worst when like you're trying to do things that aren't built for what it is for, or people like don't really understand stuff and try to like make things for that reason. It's a what's it called? The drums remind me of the Pink Panther NoFX ska cover. The drums is the basic, like it's the blue beat. It's the what's it called? That's like the fundamental ska drumming pattern from like Jamaican like ska bands, like the Skada Lights and like Prince Buster. It's that the hi-hat opening and then the closing when the snare and kick hit at the same time. That's like that classic ska drums. It's my favorite drum beat. Whenever I hear a ska part that like doesn't have that beat, I'm like, yo, it could have been so much hotter if you did that beat. But all right, let's see if I remember how to play all this. Did play that all to the T. I just messed up a little bit up here. So. Alright, that's all I needed to do. Let's see what's it called. I want to try streaming a DAW work to friends, and the only way I managed to output any sound into OBS from Reaper was by using some plugin that just streams the master track into OBS or something. Yeah, and the problem with that is I don't know if you're using a Mac or a PC, but every single streaming, like anything related to streaming software, fucking hates Apple, and that's what's the most infuriating. It's like OBS just made an update or something that, you know, works for Apple, like right before I started streaming, which is like dope. And same thing with like Streamlabs. Like I can actually like use like Streamlabs stuff for Twitch on OBS now, but like for the longest time it just wasn't compatible, and that's like the most frustrating. It's like the most frustrating part is like y'all literally could just like there is a market of people who have to use Apple who want to stream, and y'all just like don't give a shit to like to cater to that whatsoever, and it's so annoying. Do a cover of the Animaniacs. Less Than Jake already did a cover of the Animaniacs. I feel like it'd be redundant. I really don't like. I feel like they did a very good job at that cover too. Any artists you look up to? Honestly, I look up to my friends. My friends are the artists that inspire me. Like the Bad Time Records catalog are the bands that inspire me to keep making ska music. And then I have a bunch of dope friends who play in like other bands that aren't ska, like Really From, Woolbright, Insignificant Other, Gouge Away. Like all these bands are people that I've known, been personal friends with. Some of them I like watched them play their first shows back in the day. So like those are bands that inspire me and like that I look up to, honestly. And Mike Park and Jeff Rosenstock, any of their projects I definitely look up to as well. But they're also incredible. Are we talking loud dispute, such small hands? We most certainly are. Streaming gaming was a big reason why I switched from Apple to Windows, and I had to sacrifice using Logic Pro. Yeah, I am not going to sacrifice using Logic Pro, mainly because like I don't know, a lot of like I've tried other DAWs like a few times, and like DAWs used to infuriate me before I got to Logic. But also I rely heavily on like MIDI stuff, so like, you know, whatever. To me, it's like I'll just figure it out. Streaming is second, though. I actually like do this stuff for a living. So also getting a new powerful Mac definitely helped alleviate a lot of the issues that I was having. It was an expensive investment, but it's an investment because this is my career in life. So this is all going to be distorted guitar. All distortion. Let's go ahead and how did I play that guitar part in the original? This is a re-recording. I did something really cool on the guitar in the original. Did I come up here? No, it wasn't up there. Alright, whatever. I can't remember. I'm just going to do something new. Something cool I did in the original, but it's going to be a mystery. Golly. All right. idea of a so-called oogie boogie song to cover. I kind of have all of my covers planned out for the year already, aside from Patreon requests. So if anyone wants to hear anything specific, just throwing that out there, that you could leave requests on Patreon, and I try to do at least one a month. Lately, almost every cover I've done is a Patreon request. The Capital Cities cover was the first cover, aside from the Christmas stuff and the Undertale cover record. It was the first cover since like July I did that was not a Patreon request. So all right, let's try this again. Let's what's it called? Mac honestly runs a racket with their music programs. I straight up do not know why so many music schools and programs use Mac exclusive programs. I honestly, this is my personal take, but I think because Mac exclusive programs are just straight up better, like without a doubt. That and like Apple is straight up designed like. Here's the thing about Apple that people don't realize. Apple is not designed for the average consumer. They sell to average consumers because people will waste money on trash Apple products. They'll spend like $2,000 on a shitty MacBook Air. But when you go into their more expensive stuff, like you buy it, and I can already tell because I just upgraded to a Mac Pro. It's 1,000% worth the money. These programs run so smoothly. I recently had to use a very good Windows computer trying to record something for the high school marching band that I work with. They were doing like a virtual concert. I had to use their computer. That shit was the most infuriating thing to use. Like, why do I have to download a million different things just to make this interface connect to the computer? Like, why do you have to do that? Like, the interface of Windows, in my opinion, is fucking garbage, especially when it comes to like audio production. Like Mac is just designed and optimized, because when Apple's making this like Mac Pros, people are like, why does a Mac Pro cost up to $20,000? Like, yeah, you can probably build that same computer for like $10,000, but at the same time, they're selling to like Marvel, they're selling to like Pixar, they're designing these computers for like huge companies and people who do this shit at a professional level. That's why it's called a Mac Pro, not a Mac everybody, you know, like it's designed for people who professionally do this stuff in those markets. So that's my take on Apple. I'm never going back to using Windows, like especially for audio production. Shit is garbage, runs like garbage, always has. Same thing with like Adobe. I've used Adobe Premiere on both Apple and Mac, and it just runs so much smoother on Mac. On Mac, and like the computer I had like it was like fucking like what, 7 years ago, but it had like 64 gigs of RAM. It had like an i9 processor or whatever the highest one was. And like what's it called? It was like super dope. It was like a very, very good computer. It ran super well. Still runs like garbage just because it's like Windows is not optimized for this stuff. But Mac, literally, Apple is built and they center around these programs. So that's why people choose Mac exclusive stuff. There's a reason the industry uses Apple. Like, you don't go to studios and see not Apple like stuff when you go to real studios. I don't agree with pirating either. I mean, I have used pirated versions of Mac before. Every time I run into, see, this is another thing I think people hate Apple because they just don't spend the money to get something. If you're this is your work, just invest in something that works. People pirate Apple and then it runs like shit, and then they say Apple is shit. It's not shit because it's Apple. It's shit because you're pirating it. Just fucking buy the thing new. It'll work. Like, I recently bought what's it called? Like, everything I've bought that's through Apple has lasted me forever. Like, my laptop right now is 7 years old, and aside from it just being low on disk space because the hard drive is tiny, it runs extremely fine. It runs perfectly well. Like like there's a reason why Apple products also outlive Windows products almost all the time. It's like people, you get what you pay for. That's basically it. Yeah, you can build a computer and then install a pirated thing of Apple, but don't complain when it's not when it's like not working and failing on you, and all of your work goes like down the drain. You know, like my friend did that. They were working on a pirated computer forever, and then it just fucking crashed out of nowhere, and they couldn't install anything because it was pirated. Like, just buy it and be fine. You know, like. I'm gonna punch this in. Alright, punch that in. And alright. And maybe a little. Alright, let's try that again. It's hard getting to that from that 7. Getting to that chord is so hard. Alright. Oh, that was an accident, but I think that worked. There's like a space there. I might have to just change that whole rhythm. I don't think I can do that. Guitar's not my first instrument. How do you pirate a? It's called a Hackintosh. People will like do a workaround because it's hard to install an Apple like software on a not Apple computer. But if you know enough about computers, you can just like bypass that and install and pirate Apple OS and install it onto a non-Apple computer, which is also technically against the law. But I mean, no one's really gonna like get arrested for doing something like that, you know. It's because Apple is patented, has a patent over their OS. You are legally not allowed to install it in a computer you have to be certified by Apple to install an Apple OS. So if you do install an Apple OS, it is technically against the law. And if Apple really wanted to, they can go after your ass for doing that. So that's another thing to be mindful of. I doubt it's not going to happen, but something to be mindful about. So what am I going to do for this rhythm? I might just do that. Much cleaner, much cleaner. All right, let's double this guitar now. You wouldn't download a computer. All right, let's do all that again. One more game. And let's punch that in. Right. Ooh, let's try that again. Cool. And let me clean this up a little bit. I'll take it. And the end of the song. Oh, ha 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 ha, is Ragu vibes. Let's make that fall a little faster. Let's do a little cleaner. Yeah. All right, let's double that. Let's make that fall a little cleaner. Sure. Sure. All right, and now let's record distorted guitar. So let's open up, where's the Kemper? Kemper application. Rig Manager, there we go. All right, let's try this one. Yeah, I like that. Let's roll with that. Let's make another distortion track and another distortion track. And nice, simple, easy, to the point. Now let's go ahead and double this and nice. I'm gonna actually turn the input gain up a little bit because I feel like the energy is not matched. Happy you are here, John. What about your reality from Doki Doki Literature Club? I have no idea what that even means. Are you speaking code or something? Nah. Remember the time you made MCR ska? Sure do. Sure do. And it's a game, a visual novel. I've not heard it nor played it. The visual novel. Have a good day, Brahma. Head out. Have a good day. Actually, I have an idea for that part. Guys, sure, you can post the link. find a way to. I'm just gonna punch that in. Oh, haha. Ah. Okay, there we go. That was a clean transition. I'm just gonna keep it the way it is. All right. Let's go back to the PV clean to record that. Over here. Oh no, I don't think you heard me. I said sure you can post the link. I do not care. Nice. All right, let's double that up now. Tight. All right, let's listen back, make sure everything's good. I've recorded stuff so much, I don't even need to name the tracks anymore. You know, when you're, oh god, when you're like 300 covers and projects in, and you have the same like layout and formula, you kind of get used to where everything goes. Also, another reason why they're not named is because I have preset channel strips. So when I set the channel strip to there, and you see now it says clean ska guitar and clean ska guitar again. So that's when they get their names, is when I set the channel strips. And whenever I set the channel strip, it like puts the name in. So I'm like, what's the point of even like naming them in the first place when they're gonna get renamed when I put the channel strip in? There's a method to my madness, as my teachers used to say in high school. Taking this part again off. Whoa, that is not the right. That's not the right. That's not the right guitar plugin. Sounded cool, but that's not what I'm going for. Yeah, the presets changed my life, honestly. All right, that I need to fix. All right. Oh god, the input volume's different now. Let me turn this down a little. Let's see if I can recreate that one note. Is that good? It still sounds. All right, and I think that ought to be fine. Passable, yeah. Boy, I took the sun with my dreams. You were speaking at the scenes of every broken promise that your body couldn't keep. I think I saw you in my sleep. Boy, I think I saw you in my sleep. Boy, I saw you in my dreams. Scenes of every broken promise that your body couldn't keep. I think I saw you in my sleep. I'm gonna copy that from here. That comes in on beat 3 and paste this here. Oh, let me just copy from the beginning because I guess I just don't feel like re-recording that. All right, so let's see. I don't remember which cover it was, but I heard a huge improvement from your tones mixing and was mad impressed. Heck yeah, part of that is just getting better gear in general, especially getting the Kemper has changed. It's been a game changer for recording guitars. I've always struggled with getting the guitar tones that I want. It's really hard to do that with virtual amps, but the Kemper changes everything. Seeing some people in Poindexter love Less Than Jake, but some people don't like them. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like people's opinions on Less Than Jake are really weird. They were the band that got me into like ska and punk for sure. I haven't been a huge fan of them. Their last few releases have been or whatever. And I don't know, like I'm more captivated by newer ska bands doing newer things in general. So, but they were like my favorite band in high school up until We Are the Union came. We Are the Union replaced Less Than Jake as my favorite band in high school. And then I joined We Are the Union. Join your favorite band. It's cool. Thanks for streaming or watching me stream. Who's going? Smokey Fox. Thank you so much. All right, how am I gonna do this? Let me turn this volume down and unplug that. Put my guitar up here because now I'm gonna record some bass. Now the bass recording is about to stop. Cool. All right. Turn on the Sans amp and let's get some Ampeg action. Let's turn this gain down. I don't need that much gain. Oh yeah, that gain was way too high. Oh, that's so beautiful. All right. Thank you so much. You're awesome. Thank you for being here. I remember when I went and saw them before I moved, they played a show at Smash Mouth, and it was a fucking experience. Less Than Jake played with Smash Mouth. That's so funny. All right. Oh, we're getting that effect again because the wrong input is selected. There we go. Let's record some bass. forgot what chord was coming next. It was Smash Mouth, or no, Bowling for Soup, not Smash Mouth. That makes a little more sense. Some ideas for that part. Let's start right back at that. Where did I just... Oh, here it is. So I can do this up an octave, maybe? Oh yeah, that'll work. That will work. Let me punch in that last. Yo, my guys, where are you from? Jamaica in the house. Oh heck yeah, from Gainesville, Florida. Gainesville, but I'm from South Florida. I was gonna say Miami. My parents are from Miami. I'm from Broward, but very much Miami vibes in my house. I came from the part of Broward that everyone moved to after Hurricane Andrew destroyed Kendall. So there's like very much Kendall vibes in the part of Broward that I was from. Let's do all of that again. I got some cool ideas while doing that vibe it out. Let's see. I'm trying not to forget. sounds good. Let's listen back. I did that way faster than I thought I would. Nice. Have I heard of Five Iron Frenzy? I've literally played trombone for Five Iron Frenzy before. I filled in for Dennis for 2 shows back in 2018. So yes, I have heard of Five Iron Frenzy. Finally caught a stream. Heck yeah, finally for being. I was gonna say finally for being here. Thank you for being here. I really have to use the bathroom, so I'm not done streaming. So what I'm gonna do is I don't have my Be Right Back screen set up because I just set up OBS again. So I'm just going to go back to the starting soon screen and play some music. I'm going to go use the bathroom and connect my keyboard and then come back and record some keys, which I normally never do. But here we are. Here we are in the future. All right. And I will be right back. I survived and I am back. All right, cool. I had to use the bathroom so badly, not gonna lie. All right, let's record some keys. Yeah, if that's something y'all are into. Doing some keys. I want to change this. No, that's not exactly what I want. Let's see. It's so funny. They have like a key vintage organ plugins on this. I have Native Instruments Contact. And they have like I Shot the Sheriff as like a name and like Funky Kingston. Because the microphone is so loud, you're probably hearing nothing but like key noise, which is like fine. It's the only option we have right now. So let's see, let me mess with this a little bit. Let's get a little more these. All right. Ooh, I accidentally was starting to record over the bass. Let's go ahead and turn that off. My sleep. All right. Whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a compressor on it and I'm going to do absolutely nothing but turn the makeup up so I can actually hear it, and then I'll just turn the compressor off when I'm done recording. Let's do this again. Let's do something. Let's do that. Hello, what happened to my keyboard? Let's just delete that. record. And let's redo from there. And let's might just punch that last. And let's just do the upbeats. I can quantize that to the 16th note. Definitely hear the tiger's jaw. Nice. I went through that stream a lot quicker. How long have I been streaming for anyway? Let's see. Hour 25. So what I think I'm going to do now is start another project. Save this. I'm going to record horns probably tomorrow for this. And open. Not open. New. Let's see. New. I mean, it's not new. It's another re-recording. I'm going to write out some drums. For an old cover. This is a Day to Remember cover I did so long ago. I don't even have the original audio file. I lost the audio file. It's one of the only covers I don't. The only way to do is like YouTube rip it. But it's okay because I'm gonna re-record it and it's gonna sound better anyway. So first thing I do is I'm gonna load one of my preset chains that has the MIDI put in. Let's see. All right. There's a compressor. All right, so first I need to decide the tempo. What a good like cover that I definitely did not have the chops to record at the time I did. What was the tempo of that? I want to say like 166. A little too fast. Let's do 164. Oh, I forgot. I have to update OBS because I feel like, yeah, it just stays frozen on the last one. Give me 1 second. Untitled. There we go. So brand new track and all. All right. Hey darling, you're good tonight. What a good song. Tell everyone to sing it. If you can wait till I get home. All right. Yeah, okay. Oops, messed up that intro fill. All right, so nice. Yeah. Nice. I'm gonna slow it down like 2 more BPM. That did not quantize correctly. Oh god. Yes, it is a ska cover of If It Means a Lot to You. I did this cover like maybe 3 years ago at this point. It's a pretty old cover. I'm re-recording it. Get you on the right beat. Let's get all of y'all on the right beat. Yeah. Probably something like that, except for not dragging. Try again. Let's just put this down another arm. Just do that much. Nothing's falling on a 16th note, so Mavis Beacon teaches drumming. I don't even know who Mavis Beacon is. Yeah. There. this beat gets used to type. It was an old computer program to learn typing. That's so funny. Definitely before my time. Oh. I think that's how it goes. We'll see. Let's go ahead and quantize all that. Yeah, let's see how good this sounds. Sky's the best. Hep. Sorry, my trial thing popped up. Oh, haha. There you go. Yeah, let's do a crash there. Let's go. And let's copy and paste all that. So let's add some let's add a little double bass action. Let's add a and let's go ahead and cut the okay. Let's move this up a little bit. So it's yeah. You can wait till Do we want to know what cover this is? Yes, If It Means a Lot to You by A Day to Remember. First time coming into one of these as a fellow Black NB. Love what you do. Heck yeah! Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. As I record from. Definitely want to point out for anyone who doesn't know, I stream stuff like this regularly on Twitch. So it's linked in the description to all of my videos. Twitch.tv/Scotsu Network. Hey, good tonight. I'll subscribe. I was tired of handling out. What is happening? What does that comment even mean? Be your girl like a tribe, but I was tired after hours of handling TurboTax flyers. Are we talking the same? We're talking the same talk? I don't even know how to respond to that. I can't do the hi-hat opening thing. Okay. Let's see. All right, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and quantize that. Turn that velocity down a little bit on that little eighth note. It's a joke. Let's do a whoops, wrong. There it is. Will we be covering ska-based songs in the future? I do not cover ska bands. And when I do, it's basically going to be like a reverse cover type deal. And I'm honestly, the reverse covers take a lot of work. And if I'm going to do a reverse cover, it's going to be of like a really big ska song because I mean, I did the Goldfinger one, and that one took me like months to do, and it's only sitting at like a couple of tens of thousands of views. Like, I'm not putting months of work into a song. Like, for a song as big as Superman by Goldfinger, to do a reverse cover of that took me 4 or 5 months to do, to have it sit at like the same views as a regular cover. I'm like, hell no, I'm not doing reverse covers anytime soon because of that. Everyone, la 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 la. Let's get that splash. Let's do like a little, little splash. All right, so I need to do something real quick. I need to play the original of this song to make sure I'm getting all the phrasing right. Oh my god. Oh, here we go. Home till they're singing la 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 la, till everyone is singing la 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 la. Okay, so let's see. La 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 la, till everyone is singing la 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 la. Okay. Everyone is singing la la la. Let's see, so we got the cymbal choke. We can still keep the one drop. Till everyone is singing. And let's put that. Let's quantize that. La la. Oh god. You can win. And what I'm gonna do here now is just copy and. You can wait till I get home, 'cause I swear to you that we can make this last. La, la, la. You can wait till I get home, and I swear come tomorrow this will all be in our time. Who am I? And then I think after that chorus it goes into the. Well, where's the little bar that tells me, okay. You know you can't give me what I need, and even though you mean so much to me, I can't wait through everything. Is this really happening? What a banger. I don't care what anybody says. This song goes so hard. So let's do. You can't give me what I need. Yeah. So okay. I think I got an idea. So. That's not what I wanted to do. Get the two-step going. So for that last measure. How does the song end? Everyone is singing along. Till I get home. I swear we can make things right. If you can wait till I get home. All right, cool. I gotta remember. So let's see. What am I gonna? Let's try that again. If you can wait till I get home. Nice. Everyone is singing la 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 la. Now everyone is singing la. Let's see. Oh, that's gonna be hot. And let's go ahead and quantize this, 'cause some stuff's just a little off. You can wait till I get home. Everybody's singing along. Then I can swear we can make it right. Singing along. Yeah, I think that's the way it goes. That's just how it goes. All right. All right, let's. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up the lyrics of this song. So once I get to this point and I finish means a lot to you. Finish writing out the drums. before I separate all of the drums onto separate chains and mix accordingly, I like to play through it to make sure, nothing's wrong. Like, form isn't wrong. I didn't miss something out. I didn't do something wrong. So I'll pull up the lyrics. And before recording vocals, I'll triple check because a lot of the times these lyric websites be wrong, which is annoying. Especially when you're recording a cover that is immortalized on the internet. There's a bass. Oh, haha! I unplugged this thing so I could have to manually choose an amp now. Alright, I can turn the master down a little bit. I don't need it that loud. Make this that loud right now. Is that a GameCube? Yes, it is. That's actually my GameCube that I had for my childhood. The first system that I owned. My first system I played was a N64, but it was my brother's, which is technically also in my house right now, and I still play it. What's it called? Because my brother doesn't care about Nintendo like that anymore. He sold every other system, all the PS2s and whatever else, Xbox. He had an Xbox at some point and sold that, but I was able to snag the N64, probably because no one was buying an N64 like that back in the day. And probably still wouldn't, especially with virtual consoles. People would just rather play it out of convenience. But I still have mine. It still works. If it ever dies, I'm like, well, that sucks. Time to play things virtually. But this is my GameCube. I don't have any of the cables or anything. I doubt it still works, honestly. But it's a cool aesthetic. What key is this song in? Hold on. Oh my god, don't give me... I hate when, chord websites give me the chords, not in the right key. Just give me the chords in the key. I don't care if there's, a capo. No? What's the key of this? The song's in B flat. Now I remember. Honestly, you can make 2-5-1 out of that. Make that into a jazz tune. Oh my goodness. So I guess I'm gonna transpose because I feel like no one has the chords in the original key of the song right now, which I feel like will come back to me. Intro. F. What is it? F. I can transpose this. G. Okay. Let's see. Oh God. That's not right. That's way too long. I think the first time it only does it once. The second time it does it twice. Okay, so let's see. La la la, la la la, till everyone is singing. So what I'm gonna do is take that. Yeah, take that and then highlight the entire song. Zoom back in. And just drag you up here. La, la, la. There's supposed to be a crash there. La, 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 la. Okay. Yeah, back to the la, 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 la. Till everyone's singing. Wait till I get home. I swear to you, we can make this last. La, la, la. Can't wait till I get home. Then I swear tomorrow this will all be in our past. Oh my gosh, why is that gap so long? This is why I double check these things. Everyone is singing la. If you can't wait till I get home, this round. La, can't wait till I get home. You know you can't give me what I need, and even though you mean so much to me, I can't wait through everything. Is this really happening? I swear I'll never be happy again. Don't you dare say we can just be friends. Wait, where you can swing, but it'll happen again, chillin'. What are the chords? La la la. Everybody sing. La 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 la. Everybody sing. La 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 la. Everybody sing. La 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 la. Everybody sing. If you can wait till I get home. I'm gonna ring out that chord and la la. I swear we can make this right till everyone is singing la. Cool. It's probably gonna be like doubled up in the horns or something like that. I don't even remember what I did for the original arrangement at that part, so. La, 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 till everyone is singing la. La, 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 till everyone is singing. Welcome back, Joshua. Welcome back. I'm doing fine. Honestly, not much has even happened in the chat since you left. Well, yeah, I guess the chat was going for a little bit. I feel like everyone's kind of vibing, not really like as engaged as like before in the chat. I don't know if simply vibing, as Gracie says. Till everyone is singing. Hold on, I'm gonna be stupid for a second. I hope y'all are okay with that. What's the tempo? Okay, I'm just gonna take the tempo. Oh my god, this is gonna be so dumb. All right, let's take the tempo, put it at 110. Let's try 130. All right, so we're gonna make another track. I just want to hear what this will sound like because I got an idea in my head. Yo, we about to vibe real hard. Let's go ahead and open up Native Instruments. Let's go to Factory Library. Let's go to which one would it be under? I haven't looked for this sound in so long. Urban Beats. Yeah, let's do hi-hat. Closed hi-hats. Hey, all right, cool. We're about to make a quick R&B version of this song. Oh God, hold on. R&B 2 Network. Scout 2 Network is out. R&B 2 Network is in. All right, cool. That's all I need. All right, and let's go ahead and quantize. Oh my God, what is happening with my life right now? I'm making R&B music. That's what's happening. This tempo could be a little faster too. Let's try 140. Okay, I just need those, honestly. Let's go ahead and quantize this to, was it 16th note triplets? Yeah, 16th note triplets. And let's just go ahead and let's go ahead and paste that there. Paste and paste. Oh, I see the issue now. I see the issue now. Go ahead and paste that and copy, paste, paste, paste. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is take my hi-hat drum plugin. This is deterring just for me to be stupid. I love it. And paste the strip here because I'm lazy. It changed. All right, so instead of pasting it, I'm gonna open the mixer and drag all the plugins in because it changed the input. Oh yeah, that's a vibe. All right, now what I'm gonna do is change this to a snare, and I'm gonna change this plugin into snares. We need a good sample. Let's see. So let's turn this volume down a little. All right. Cool. And let's just drag that there, drag that there, drag that there, drag that there, and drag that there. Drag. Yeah. All right, so we got the beat, we got the hi-hat. Now let's go ahead and change this to kick drum, which I feel like the EQ for, a kick drum isn't necessarily like a rock kick drum is not necessarily the EQ you want on a sub for trap. But hey, you know what? Hello, wrong one is selected. One of these has a really good sub. I don't remember. I haven't used these in so long. Kick 2. Actually, instead of this, I do know that there's a performance one that I might be able to load up if I recognize. I haven't used these in years. Yo, Scott Toon, did you watch Phineas and Ferb? Yeah, I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've definitely watched a lot of it. God, which one was the plugin? Sure, let's go with that. So So what I'm gonna do is, let's open up this multipass. All right, and there's like an 808 preset on this multipass. Yeah, let's do that. All right, and let's just add a little loop to that. Fuck it, I'm an emo rapper now. Then I swear we can make things right. If you can wait till I get home, then I swear we can make things right. If you can wait till I get home, and I swear we can make things right. All right, that's all I wanted to do. I spent like a good 5 minutes of the stream just to make that loop, just so I can. Yo, where's Eichlers when you need them? Honestly, I have the new Eichlers tune. I kind of want to just make an emo rap version of this song and collab with Eichlers now to have it go out. I feel like it will pop. Someone get Eichlers in the chat right now. A shit ton of reverb on top of that. Let me see if that's something I can do on my Kemper, because hey, please give me the name. Oh, sorry. This program is not free, Contact. So all these like drum sounds, which they're not the greatest drum sounds, you might be able to find one that specifically focuses on like trap sounds and get it if you want to buy it. But this is part of a like Contact's like library and I got the whole library for like, I don't know, it was like over $1,000. So like, it's definitely not something that like is free. You can try to crack it. I have had nothing but bad experiences with cracking Contact sounds. Nothing was working correctly, and it was very hard and a lot of annoying work to have it not work correctly. So I do not recommend doing that. However, it is also very expensive. And I'm mixing in Logic, which also Logic is not the most expensive. In fact, it's a pretty affordable DAW for what it is. Contact does have some free stuff, or at least they used to. I'm pretty sure they do, but I feel like they do have like the factory selection, but I don't think the selection has like any good sounds in it from what I've seen. I used to have a few free Contact stuff, and none of it was just like worth it. I've invested like thousands of dollars into stuff, but I also like compose. Like I'm literally a composer for like a living, so that's also why. Let me see if I can add reverb. How do I add effects? I normally have the Kemper thing like synced up, but because I have the keyboard connected, I have to use it manually. So effects, reverb. So ooh, make the reverb up. No, decay time more. Okay, hall size, large room. Let's get larger. Pre-delay. Okay, pre-delay down. We're 100% wet right now. DK time, infinite. I think that's too much, but it gets the point across. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is, this has completely derailed from what this was originally supposed to be. We're gonna send an aux to an aux channel, and I have a reverb preset already made. So think Reaper used to be 100% free, but now it's a 60-day free trial. Yeah, and obviously you don't have to use Logic or anything like that. These are the programs that I just use and I enjoy to use. But all right, enough of that. All that. Let's delete all that. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Oh, I don't know what I did. I don't know how to. Let's just go back to browse, I guess. And okay. All right, we're back. We're back to what I was originally doing. All right, so now, what's it called? We are to the point where I separate all the drum tracks. So once I get everything written out and everything is the way it's supposed to be, I merge together all the tracks. All the oh, the tempo is still at 140 from when I was just messing around. That'll still groove though. Honestly, actually, I really like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try 155 and see how that sounds. 140 is a little too slow, but damn, that groove was good at one. I don't know why, Ethan. It's like hiding all your comments, and I have to like approve all of them. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's annoying. Thank you, Scott, and everyone. Yeah, of course, and yeah, your English is definitely fine. How does that go? And hey, what note is that? Hey, sweetie, I hope you're good tonight. I know I had like issues when I was singing this the first time, but I also think my voice just wasn't as developed as it is now. So I think this vocal range is not impossible for me now. It definitely was hard. Pardon me for not being a hip cool kid, but was this a cover or an original? It is a cover. It's a cover of A Day to Remember. A re-recording of a cover too. I recorded this like years ago, like almost 3 years. It was definitely 2018 before I lived in this house, and I moved into this house early 2019. Sorry, Ethan. I have to improve all your. Good, I fuck around and shit posting someone else's stream like a week ago, so you two might be putting in timeout for being naughty. That really sucks. Man. Alright. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but I can hear music slightly coming from like the other room or something. I have the microphone also cranked so y'all can hear me. So what I did here, it says sup overhead only. Sup means superior drummer. Sup overhead only. And then overhead these are overhead mics for the samples. So it adds room noise. It makes it sound like it's a real drum set rather than, you know, what it actually is, samples. That mixed with velocity, you can get a pretty long way. So I paste this in every single one. And then for the since Superior Drummer, you can control the mics a little better versus other plugins. I have like a kick setup and only the kick mic is on for this one. So I don't have to delete any MIDI information. And then for the Superior Snare, what's it called? For the Superior Snare, it's the same thing. It's only the snare mic. And then Superior Tom for this plugin. I don't know if y'all can see the windows when I like click on things that drop down that show everything, but and then rack. And then so for all the cymbals, you can't really have like an isolated like hi-hat mic, you know, in real life. So for MIDI, I can't isolate them just by like cymbal mic. Superior Drummer indeed is superior. There's no other pro. Oh yeah, Superior Drummer is so dope. I love it. So what I do at this point is I will delete all of the MIDI information except for the hi-hat MIDI, and then that's my hi-hat track, and then I do the same thing for ride. Delete everything but the ride information. All right, let's go. Oh, I need to keep that. And then for the crash, I do the same thing. I delete everything but the crashes. Superior crash, here we go. So delete everything but the crash. And so with all of that, you have a sound. Let me turn this down a little bit because it might be a little loud. Sometimes you have to like let it play a little bit because the samples are like loading still. Turn it up to like 156. Yeah. Makes a difference to me. All right, so once that's done, what I then do is I'll go down here, create 7 more tracks, 7 more audio tracks, and I'll load in the drum plugin that I used to use before Superior Drummer, which is MT Power Kit by Manda Audio, and do the same exact thing, except for with these, I actually have to delete all the MIDI information for each track because I cannot, as far as I know, actually I think I can. Isolate the mics. I might let me go see if I can do that right now. It'll save me some time in the future. Let's see. So that's a lot more punchy. Oh yes, I can isolate just the kick and snare and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do that right now. Is there a quicker way to mute these? No, there's not. So yeah, that's coming from the other room. I was like, is that coming from my speakers? No, it's not. It's coming from the other room. All right. So I just isolated everything but the kick mic. Do you still have the Streetlight Manifesto poster? It's a flag, but yes, I still have the flag. I just don't have it up because there's no space for it, and I wanted to put the Scout Network flag up. But when I move out of this house and into another house, it's definitely going to be bigger than this one, and I'm going to put the flag, all my flag. I have like 4 flags that I do not have up anymore, right? At least right now. Some of them I want to get rid of. None that are in videos though, like the ones I don't have up. I've had flags for a lot, mini flags and a lot for a long time. So I just copied all the MIDI stuff and like, yeah, there we go. Dope. So let's go ahead and turn these down. And then for the snare, let me save this strip as empty kick, replace. There we go. And so for snare, I'll do the same thing, but in the mixer, I'll just isolate the snare. In the mixer for the plugin, just isolate snare. And this is a process now, but it'll be dope once I have the channel strips saved. And then I don't have to worry about it anymore. Cool. And for this one, let's go ahead and put in MT Floor Tom. I'm geeking so hard. I have an acoustic kit. I'm converted to electric using triggers in MIDI with the VST plugin. That's so dope. Hell yeah. Let's see. The cool thing about Superior Drummer is you can actually, if you have all the mics to record drums, you can record drums. Superior Drummer can scan like the set, all of the stuff, and generate MIDI based around it, which is like super dope. And then you can mess with like MIDI if you want and like layer it if you want. That's what I'm doing here. I'm layering 2 separate drum samples to give it much more like the best of both worlds in a way. All right, so let's see. MT Power Kit. So I just want that floor tom, which is this one right here. So I'll mute everything else. Oh, haha. I muted the wrong thing in the hi-hat, or in the snare, excuse me. So let me go back to the snare one. I muted this thing. Or excuse me, this thing. Oh, excuse me, I'm selected the... Oh, am I... What? Why am I getting enough sound? What? Hold on. Ooh, that's an issue. Let me play it. Maybe it's just... Okay. I don't know why this isn't working on this for some reason. What is going on? There it is. All right. I muted... There we go. I muted this. And I did not mean to mute that. But now that is taken care of. So floor tom is all good. So let's go ahead and... I don't think I saved it. It's so annoying, like, setting up these chains, obviously, but I don't have to do this every time. Once I get them set up, they are good forever. Or at least until I get a new computer or I have to reinstall stuff. Do a lot of mixing to watch someone who is incredibly gifted. All of this is really informative. Well, I don't know if incredibly gifted is the right word to use, but I appreciate it. Definitely a lot that I do not know and a lot that I need to learn. But also, like, I never really went into doing this and be expecting to become an engineer. I understood after a certain point, especially because, like, I'm a freelance, like, I write music. And I learned that, like, you can't just be, like, a composer. You have to honestly know how to produce as well. And I'm good enough to produce stuff for, like, you know, like a film or, like, television, stuff like that. Because when you look at, like, television and how they mix stuff like that, it's not the greatest mixes in the world. It just gets the point across because it's background music. So... you know, so I can get by doing that. And I've talked to people who work on television, and they seem like they're figuring it out just as much as I am figuring it out, except for they're a little more seasoned because they, like, you know, work on a show. So yeah, there's that. All right, so now that all my plugins are... So what I'll do for the MT kit is, like, I'll just have the superior kick because these are the drum tones I want to hear the most. Except for the kick drum. I like the MT Power Kit drum one a little better. So this is what I want to hear the most. So what I'll do is then just slowly fade in the kick drum. So you're starting to hear a lot more punch from, like, the MT Power Kit one. And then the snare, I'll fade that in a little bit. You can already hear the more punch from the MT Power Kit is a metalcore, like, drum plugin. So, you know, like, it's very, like, let me see if I can find, I don't have a good one because I muted all the, I guess I can use, like, the crash. Oh, it's muted, huh? So, like, you know, it's very, like, it's very metalcore-y. So, sorry if that's, like, super loud. It's super loud in my ear. But yeah, so because it's that, I love that it's punchy and gets through the mix, especially with distorted guitars. I hate that, you know, you can have it as quiet as possible and the snare still sounds like that very, I hate that. So for mixing purposes, it helped me a lot through the time because it was definitely better than the drum sets that Contact had, for at least for punk stuff. But the superior drummer just has better tones in general, especially cymbals. And so I'll just fade up the toms. I keep kind of wherever the kick and snare lie. The toms I typically will mix at the end a little more too. Once everything is in there, I have to, like, do a little work with those anyway. And then, like, the hi-hat, the MT hi-hat has more dynamic range. That's, like, one thing I like about it. So I typically try to have that one up a little more than normal. And then ride is, like, the opposite. I like washy rides more. And the MT, this is the thing that always killed me about the MT Power Kit. This ride is so pingy, and I like my rides washy as hell. So I try to keep the ride louder on the superior kit, like, way louder. And I just like the little definition that the pinginess of the MT ride does. And then the crashes, and the crashes I'm just, like, kind of whatever about. That's something else I mix at the end a little bit too. So now that all of that is good, I will take all 15 of these tracks and I will send them to, I'll send them to bus 1. And that's reverb because I was just doing the dumb thing with the drum beat. And then I'll put on a preset chain and makes the drum sound nice and crisp and clear. At this point, I should probably save this project. Means a lot to you. And like this isn't gonna be the final like sound. I only do this because the guitar, it's like I just can't, if I don't put this mix, I cannot hear the drums when recording guitar. And there's like still some other alterations I need to do. Like right now the snare and the kick are a little louder than before I added the chain on. What are you using to input the various drum hits? Are you inputting them from your keyboard? Do you have some sort of pad? I have a, what's it called? A keyboard, a MIDI keyboard in front of me. You can't see it. I mean, I can probably just do this. Hold on. Let me open up OBS. Yeah, so I have a MIDI keyboard right in front of me. And like, here's where, let me select one that's not just kick. Yeah, so you know, it has like the standard like hi-hat is up here. And that's basically what I'm doing to input all of that stuff. And if you could probably rewatch this stream later on when I'm recording it, I'll record most of it. Like I'll either do all of the main stuff at once, or I'll do kick and snare, and then I'll do hi-hat and cymbals separately, depending on how hard the thing is. I'll sometimes go back in and I'll like punch in, like there's like one fill in one of the other covers I did recently where it's like a paradiddle, and then it's I think it's called a three-stroke roll, six-stroke roll, something like that. I don't know. I'm not like a drummer, but so it's like a fill like that. And so like things like that, I'll punch in like separately. I'll just go back, leave the spot empty. But yeah, so I'm pretty good at like hand drumming that. And then for other things, like sometimes I'll hand input like little fills or things like that if I can't like some fills I got really good at playing. Like I can do that fill pretty good. I can also do the strung out like drum fill that I do all the time. And whenever I do it on the keyboard, it typically has much more of a natural velocity, which makes the drum sound a little more realistic, which is really dope. Like they obviously don't sound like perfect and like super realistic, but like, you know, they get the job done pretty well. And velocity is a big part of that. So yeah, sounds like a Belmont kit. Yep. I mean, Belmont definitely is like a band that's inspired by that whole like heavy drum sample thing, and you can also thank John Feldman from Goldfinger for that, because John Feldman produced all those metalcore bands like Asking Alexandria and I think Pierce the Veil back in the late 2000s and stuff like that. If it wasn't for ska, metalcore would have never happened like the way it did in the late 2000s, so you're welcome. Or I'm sorry, depending on how you feel about the metalcore from the 2000s. What brand is that keyboard? It is an Axiom Pro. I got it off Craigslist for like $100. No, it was $200. But I also got two interfaces and a microphone with it. Microphone stand, not a microphone. I used to use a GarageBand microphone. Some random microphone that was just in my house. I don't even know where it came from, but the fact that you create your own fills and they all sound very technically sound is super impressive. Like it takes years to develop that kind of feeling for drum fills and what should go where. Yes, thank you so much. I mean, like again, I think you were on the stream earlier when I was talking about this, but if not, for anyone who wasn't, I feel like most people on the stream have not been watching since the beginning. But where are my drumsticks? Like, I'll like listen to music and I'll just like get drumsticks and like drum along, like if I'm listening to a song. It's like I don't have a drum set, but I'm like listening and always learning. And like I have friends who are drummers. Like I did drum corps, obviously, so I like, you know, I like percussion friends teach me like, you know, like basic rudiments and stuff like that, like paradiddles. The angle I'm at because of the keyboard is really awkward, and I'm also drumming on a mouse pad, not a drum pad. And also these are two separate size drumsticks. These drumsticks really suck. These drumsticks I got at a show because this band was playing their last show ever. This was years ago. I want to say maybe 2014. And the drummer on the last song was literally grabbing a drumstick, smashing it into the ride, and then throwing it in the crowd every hit. And I was just like, yo, these are free drumsticks. And I picked up almost all of them, and I had like 6 pairs, and they've all broken. And this is the last pair of those drumsticks that I have. So they're not even the same stick. You can like see right here like how beat up and destroyed they are. Like that's not me. That's from the show. Like, you know, like I just use them for being when I'm at home writing out drum parts for like a cover. I'll like listen to the cover and I'll just like drum along like by myself to it to get the feeling down more. And I know if that I can like translate it over. That's something I'm trying to get better at. One day I want to get like an actual drum pad that I can like, you know, record covers and use real drumsticks. I feel like that'll help me out a lot with that stuff. Drummers always have to hit shit when music is on. Steering wheel, laptop. Oh my god, the steering wheel in my old car was destroyed because I keep a pair of drumsticks in my car as well. And I drummed on them so hard. People always ask me, like, how did you learn drums? I was like, honestly, behind my steering wheel at red lights and stuff like that. I would just like always be drumming. And one time my barber was like, I saw you at a red light and you were going ham on your on your steering wheel. But yeah, if people underestimate, it's like you don't need an instrument in front of you to practice or get better. And you can use, that's like being productive with your time. We can wait at a red light doing nothing. Or when you get to a red light, you can listen to the song you're listening to and be like, what's the snare doing? How is the snare hitting? What is the kick doing? And like, that's how I learned. I was a delivery driver for 2 years, and I spent most of that time at red lights, drumming along to songs. And that's where I got a lot of my drum chops. And I'm not like an incredible drummer, but like, I can keep a tempo. That's like a thing a lot of drummers can't do. So I can lay down a beat, and I'm always like trying to learn things and study things and be better. What are your stances on finding vocalists to collab on covers with? Typically I just like the vocalist, or they're a friend, and I just ask them if they want to do a cover. That's pretty much it. And also like what's it called, I try my best to like not ask vocalists within punk or ska to do that, because like I feel like a big problem ska has had over the years is being very like within itself, if that may, like in a way like incest almost. It's so weird. It's like, the things that made like No Doubt special, and like No Doubt obviously is one of the bands of like that 90s like third wave that popped off, and the thing that made them special is like that band was inspired by Fishbone. And like Fishbone's another great example of this. Fishbone worked because they love ska and make ska music, but they grabbed so much inspiration from other things. Like Fishbone made funk, Fishbone made metal, Fishbone made all this stuff, and they set the scene for bands like Sublime, Operation Ivy, No Doubt to come and do their thing. And then all those bands were so special and unique because, they loved ska. They fundamentally loved that two-tone ska sound. But, like No Doubt also pulled inspiration from so much more. Sublime pulled inspiration from so much more. Like, like all these bands back in the day, like at Operation Ivy for the time, pulled sounds from so much more. And then even like bands like Real Big Fish, like, oh my gosh, I can talk so much about Real Big Fish in general. But at the time, they were pulling sounds. Like Fishbone was a big inspiration. If you did not know that, go listen to Party at Ground Zero by Fishbone, then listen to Trendy by Real Big Fish. It's the same song, honestly. But Fishbone dropped that like almost 10 years before Real Big Fish. Maybe like 7 years, I don't know. But anyway, like Real Big Fish had that like Fishbone-esque sound, but they also pulled so much inspiration from other genres and other sounds. If you listen to Real Big Fish's music before they were a ska band, which you can very easily find that, just like you Google it and you'll find it, like their first release ever. It's so different than like, what most ska bands ever sound like. So because all of these bands had like their own unique spin and mix of stuff, it made them special and unique. And at some point down the road, ska went less from pulling inspirations from everywhere to only pulling inspirations from ska. And I feel like that's like the dead end that kind of made ska struggle for the longest time, because like people stopped lacking the several influences that made their band stick out. And like all the ska bands, either one, they were just like a punk band or a rock band with a trumpet or horns over it, and people were calling it ska because they like lacked the fundamental, oh my god, let me select the right, they lacked like that fundamental, the ska beat. Like there's several ska beats that emphasize like the off beats, the one and to four and to like those are like little like nuances. It's like a dialect. Like you can study Spanish out of a book and learn all the rules, but until you go to a Spanish speaking country and indulge yourself into the language, you're never going to be a true Spanish native, like a fluent Spanish speaker. Same thing goes with like ska. You can like do it formulaically all you want, but until you like indulge yourself into it, you're not going to get it. And a lot of bands were just trying to do the formula, and the outcome was like, bands like They Might Be Giants, like they have some songs that kind of get the ska thing down, but like, songs like Dr. Worm, it's not a ska song. People think it is because it has horns over like alternative rock, but it's not a ska song. And like that paired with, there were so many ska bands coming up, which like their influences were Real Big Fish, Streetlight, Goldfinger, Less Than Jake, all of these bands. It just kind of created this like very stale sound overall in ska for like the longest time. And like, a new band would come up and it's like, oh, it sounds like Rancid mixed with Real Big Fish mixed with Mustard Plug again, and so like at this point it's like I just don't really have a drive to just sound more like that. I like want to seek inspiration from like things outside of ska. Like a lot of my inspiration doesn't come necessarily from punk. It comes from like emo or like the indie punk sound of bands like Pup, Jeff Rosenstock, stuff like that. And so like people are always like, yo, like Ska Network sticks out a lot. And I'm like, it sticks out because when you look at my influences for making music, it's not ska bands. Like the ska bands that influence me are like Bad Operation, Kill Lincoln, like, you know, the newer ska bands. But as far as like where I get my punk tones, like I'm not trying to sound like No Effect with my punk tones, which I feel like every ska punk band tries to have that No Effects guitar tone. My guitar tones, I'm trying to sound like Max Seal's like overdrive guitar tone. I'm trying to sound like Origami Angel's overdrive guitar tone. I'm trying to get my guitar tones to sound like the Get Up Kids or like the Promise Ring, you know, like that really dark, like single coil, like Fender-y, like Fender Telecaster sound. Like I love that sound. And I think that's why my stuff sticks out like very well, like super, like a darker, like guitar tone. And so I think that stuff is what's super important. So that was a big tangent, but to get back of the question of how I choose vocalists, I just like see someone I like, I'm like, hey, you sing this, I know your voice would sound good on this cover, or you could do whatever we want and it'll be fun. And like they've always come out really fun. It's always a dope thing, like the Retirement Party with Avery from Retirement Party, that collab with Flagpole Sitta. I fucking love Avery's voice, and it fits super well into the vibe. So yeah, that's how I pick them. It's a band I typically like. They're also like my friend, and then I'm like, hey, let's do a cover. That's pretty much how it goes. Would love to see you cover some of the UK ska hits from Madness and the Specials. What's it called? Maybe one day I'll do a reverse cover of like Message to You, Rudy, or like One Step Beyond. But I don't do ska covers of ska bands. If I ever did do like a ska, there's the only exception aside from like memes. Like I did Stupid Horse and I did what's it called? What's the other ska song? That Jesus is a friend of mine. Like those are memes. Like, you know, like I'll do a ska cover of that just for the meme. But as far as like a real ska cover, if I ever did a real ska cover of a ska cover, which I'm really against that, it would be a Skatalites tribute record. That's probably the only time you'll ever catch Ska Network covering a ska song. And it'll be a full record of like Guns of Navarone and like You're Wondering Now, and stuff like that, and like Scalloween, tracks like that. That's like the only time you'll probably catch me covering a ska record. But I mean, I just don't see that kind of goes back to the conversation. It's like ska people really just want to hear ska done again, and it's like I don't want to do that. I want to like push the genre more. I want to do things no one's done, you know, like I want to do things that are different and new. I don't want to like keep repeating. That's like, to me, that's like a reason why ska has struggled so much for so long. Both the fans and the bands have only ever wanted to care to hear the same things over and over again. It's like that's like this what you get when, like, you know, people will post like Bad Operations record in the what's it called, ska Reddit, and people are like kind of like mad about it. They're just like, you know, like they're just comparing it endlessly to like the same bands, and they're like, this isn't the Specials, and it's like, you know, it's not. It's like Bad Operation takes influence from the Specials, but they're doing something completely different, and that's totally okay. Alright, let's record some guitar. I'm gonna end the stream probably soon. I've been streaming for quite a while. Wow, 2 hours and 41 minutes. But I'm getting a lot done, so I'm not super mad about it. Alright, let's record some guitar. Alright, so let's check what chord that is right there, right before. Excuse me. All right. Yeah, let's just record. Ooh, that's not what I need to do. That's what I need to do. Mm. Just punch in there. I think it goes to a. Yeah, I think it does that, and then into the. I love your music. If I want to listen to old stuff, I'll listen to old stuff. I am here for that. Heck yeah. I love your sound, and I'm here for that. Heck yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, obviously, like there's old stuff that ripped. Old stuff rips, but new stuff rips too. And I feel like it's really. It seems like such a struggle to get like ska people to like care about both or like see like potential in new stuff. It's always kind of like this like idea that like older bands will always be like better necessarily or something like that. And it's like like in my opinion, like new bands have been putting out this is Logic Pro. New bands have been putting out such incredible music that like stands like at in my opinion legacy status, especially like certain bands are showing potential for that, like Catbite's first record. I'm like, Catbite's first record is like so much better than a lot of ska that's like sitting up there at legacy status. And same thing like Bad Operation. Like these bands definitely have the room to grow to become like legacy bands, and like the ska scene will probably like never even want to admit that. And I this is what's gonna happen. Like it's already happening. So many people outside of ska are starting to pay so much attention to these bands. You're gonna see like a whole new ska scene kind of form. Not necessarily like a new ska scene, like the ska scene itself. Like people will actually go into like shows, like go to shows and support new bands, stuff like that. That's always been like this current ska scene. But like as far as like the bigger overall thing, you're starting to start seeing just more people. Like the emo scene is starting to get more hip, and like Ska Tunerica has always seen more support from the emo scene than the ska scene. And I think that's like really funny. What's it called? I prefer newer stuff. The production quality has gotten so much higher. The production quality is higher. The songwriting is incredible, and the newer bands, like like a lot of ska from the '90s, just it did not age well. And even like older ska, like Two Tone and First Wave, some of that stuff did not age well. Like ska scene is not ready for the conversation that the Specials has written so much misogynistic music, and like that needs to be addressed. We need to stop fucking pretending that shit was so perfect just because they preached unity once. Like you can fucking be non-racist or preach not anti-racism and also like uphold sexism, like, and that's a thing. Go listen to Nightclub, go listen to Little Bitch. The fact that they have a song called Little Bitch and no one wants to talk about how that's like kind of not okay is really infuriating. And whenever people do bring it up, it's always fucking white men who are being like, you're being too much about this. You are a man. You really do not have the position to be like, hey, like, as a man, I think we shouldn't be offended that this is a derogatory term towards women, like, God, that shit's so fucking annoying. Maybe there's a fucking reason ska is predominantly dudes. Like, maybe there's a reason not many women feel comfortable in ska. And it's like, back in the 90s, there weren't many women doing punk related or ska or any sort of music in general, obviously. But in the indie scene, in emo and hardcore, you've seen more women get involved. But in ska, that's not the case. Like, how many bands have had women in them over the last, like 20 years or so? Not as many as in other genres. Like, it's like ska shows right now are the only shows that I've been like, we played a 350 Fest in Chicago. We Are the Union. We were the only band that wasn't all white men on that whole lineup. There was one other band out of like 40 bands that had a woman in it. And I'm like, this like ska and like this older punk scene is like the only scene where it's still like that. Like, it's like, how do you manage to book 40 bands and by chance none of them have anyone but a white man in it? It's so fucking irritating. Like, and they don't see there's a problem with that. And it's like, you shouldn't have to fish out and meet a quota, for diversity. It's so annoying. And that's not good. You're not wrong. There's a lot. There's like Stop the Presses, fronted by a woman. There's Los Cagaleros, who have a lot of like non-binary and like women in that band. There's like a lot of, and the thing is, there's a lot of women and non-men making music in ska. But as far as who is being put on a platform, it's not that much. And it's like, that's another reason why I appreciate Bad Time Records is like the lineup of those bands are like diversifying, and like, there are voices being uplifted who aren't like all white dudes. I think why your band is on the right track. I love Pre-Expatriate. Thank you so much. Yeah. oh, I can't wait for the future of music and for me to put out more stuff with Jer, all the musical releases, and what's gonna be. I feel like 2021 is gonna be a great year for all the girls and gays. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, let's record some more guitar. The specials are about like anti-racism. That was like the huge thing about the two-tone movement. But the thing about systems of oppression is, first off, they're systems, and like racism necessarily isn't like a say a bad mean thing to a certain race. Racism is a fucking system. It's a system that allows people to be exploited. It's a system that upholds capitalism. It's a system that is intertwined with things like sexism, homophobia, transphobia, all that type of stuff. And you can't just like, I'm not racist. Like, racism, as long as you are in a system, you are contributing to racism. And you have one of three things you can do: willingly contribute to racism and be okay with that, ignore it and still contribute to it, because if you are not trying to unlearn it, you are contributing to it, or be anti-racist and actively try to unlearn the conditioning you've gone through your entire life. And this goes for everybody. Everybody has contributed to this in some point. Even like black folk, at the end of the day, it's like really boiled down to like anti-blackness. But there are like, colorism is a thing. What is colorism? Colorism is like when, people who are lighter skinned, who have more like European quote unquote features in the black community, are uplifted, whether it's by white creators who feature black folk or even black folk themselves, like putting more value into like lighter skinned folk with like straight hair or whatever you want to call it. But that's a system of like racism, because black folk have like intergenerational trauma and being told their whole lives that like white is beauty and stuff like that. There's like a whole cycle, like, it's a huge system. It's a system that is huge. So you can't just be like, no racism at our shows, that's kind of been the rhetoric in punk. And then you have bands like Dead Kennedys saying that bullshit they said today about, what's it called, supporting Romney and saving the United States, a racist country. So like, it's complicated. You can't just be like, it's not black and white. I feel like that's the problem. Everyone wants like a black and white solution to a problem that's hundreds, literally centuries, years old. Racism is a system, especially racism in America, how we see it, is a system that's been enforced as long as there was slavery. As long as there has been slavery, because slavery still exists, just in the prison industrial complex. So like, yeah, so it's much deeper than just. I thought the specials were pro diversity. It's like, you can be pro anything, but like if you're not doing the work to unlearn it, it doesn't really matter, honestly. That's all I need. Actually, that's not all I need. You know what? When I reset this, I think it reset my... I need more high end. I'm going to record all of those guitar parts. Yeah, I need that. There we go. All right, let's re-record all this guitar. Punch this one part in. Cool. And there's one other part I needed to punch in. Let's see. Oh, it was back here. That right there. All right, just that much. Fix the beginning of this take. I missed the chaka at the beginning. And I messed that up. Some good ska bands to check out. I recently did a video, Rebecca, about the 20 new ska releases by 20 newish ska bands in 2020. So I feel like those are great starting points. You can always go to like related artists on Spotify or like whatever, like to follow their social media, see who else those bands are hyping up. And also like I'm all constantly posting stuff. My answer is always Bad Time Records. I feel like that the record label just has banger after banger release. You can't go wrong with Bad Time. You'll find at least one band you like on that label. If not, I'll probably question why you like ska. I shouldn't have talked on that. A little out of pocket. That goes into the one of these measures the snare was not quantized, I don't think. It's over here. Oh no, it was. Maybe it's the hi-hat that wasn't. Something sounded off when I was recording. Shouldn't be safe and quantize these. Yeah, no, those all quantized. Maybe I just goofed. Let's start there. Do I want to do the... I think I'll just do that. La la la, la la la. Now everyone is singing la 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 la. I think it goes la 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 la. Now everyone is singing la. Yeah, there it is. Goes to the one. Those definitely were not quantized though. So let's go here. Yeah, and these quantized. Yeah, those were quantized. All right, and back to our. Can't wait till I get home. All right. That tripped me up. I think I need to re-record that other guitar. One more game. Alright, I think that's all the clean guitar for this song. It sure is all the clean guitar for this song. So let's go ahead and... It's very hot in my house right now. 40. Yeah, let's do that. And let's pan these. Let's record some distortion guitar. I feel like this will go a lot quicker. I don't have my mic connected. it's a This is a Kemper profiler. I don't know what amp it is specifically because like all the profiles I have are named like weird things. The intonation on this guitar, oh god, it's trash. It's really hard tuning this thing. I need to get that set up. Is this another If It Means a Lot to You cover? Yes, I'm re-recording it because the last one I did sounds like ass. Intonation gets really bad up near the octave, so. Yeah, let's punch that in. forget to save. Oopsie daisies. Thank you so much, Antonio. Appreciate the love. Let's double this up. Cramping up at the end of that. Now let's do the 7th fret harmonic. All right, so we're gonna layer up some more guitars. Let's pan this hard left. Let's. I want to change what plugin I'm using. So let's see. Oh, let's go back to browse section. Let's see, favorites sorted by name. Oh. All rigs. So let's see. Where's the browse section? I have so many things plugged into this. I don't even know how to like. I want dry metal. Where's dry metal? What is this? How is this sorted by name? Let's do by date. So I feel like all the rigs that I want. All right, let's see. This one will work. What is the thing under the GameCube you're messing with? It is a Kemper profiler. It uses science to scan all of the, what's it called, acoustics of an amp and understand why amps sound so good. So by using science to figure that out and this the power of physics, it can simulate what an amp would sound like if it was mic'd up without micing up an amp. I'm not exactly sure all of the science behind it and how they do it with the Kemper, but I do know they sound good as fuck, so I use it. Also, there's like way too much mid in this. I might do a different plugin. Let's see. Where's like the metal one? Oh, let's see this one. Sure, let's try this one. Let's try this one. Have you ever tried any amp sim plugins? I used to use amp simulators, but like, I don't know, I just didn't like the ones. I mean, I didn't have that many to work with, but I mean, there's no need now. I have a Kemper. Hold on, I was muting my string by accident on that. Tapping at the end of that. That's minor, so nice. Actually, I think a little cleaner than that. Whoops. Let's try this one Normal gain. I'm just gonna cut it there because I want it to be like a hard cutoff. Sounds really good. Thank you. Now let's double this up. Hard pan left, hard pan right. Multiple takes like that in GarageBand. This is Logic Pro, not GarageBand. This is like the industry grade version of GarageBand. So. It's fine for the cutoff to be harsh because this is going to be like 10% dry, 90% reverb anyway. Nice. All right. Let's put this down for a second. Some organ. Yeah, Logic and GarageBand look the same, but they are definitely different. Like I said, Logic is industry grade, so like, you know, you can like actually produce a real ass record through Logic, and that's something you can't do in GarageBand. GarageBand is just like it's like the very bare minimum of like Logic. Oops. like that voicing. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that voicing. So right here, I'm gonna change that to like short. It's the wrong chord. That is the wrong chord. It's supposed to be a... Actually, I'll work with that. I think I can work with that. Now everyone is singing. Yeah, that'll work. Everyone is singing. I feel like it'll sound weird having a B flat following a B flat chord. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I need to do. All right. And let's... Let's redo all of that. I liked a lot of that, but it was a little sloppy. we can make it. Oh, Jesus. All right. Something's clashing. Do I have other takes of that note? Better. Good enough. Alright, something in that, I think it's because there's a 7 and that's clashing because it's probably not like super in tune or whatever. I'll just like not have that. Just not have a chord there. Give me what I need, even though you mean so many layers to it. I don't know where I'd start making something as complex as this. Typically when I finish these covers, they can have up to like 50 tracks on them. This is just not even like bass yet. It's just guitar and drums so far. Really happening. So I'll never be happy again. Just be friends. Someone you can say. I'll do something like that. And swear we can make things right. Everyone is singing love. Yeah, I swear that'll end. Alright, cool. I'm gonna end this stream. I am very hungry and I have to pee again. Cool. If anyone's been watching since the beginning, thank you for watching. But if not, in general, thank you for watching. Yeah, so for those who don't know, I do this regularly on Twitch. I will probably be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe Saturday. Probably some video game stuff though. I haven't streamed Animal Crossing in a while, so I might stream that. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Did Logic just close? Oh, it just closed out of OBS. That's so weird. I wonder why it went away. Oh, it's back again. Okay, cool. Oh, hey, looks like someone just followed me on Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, if that was one of you who just followed and the little thing showed up in the corner, thank you so much. But if not, twitch.tv/Scottoon Network. That is my Twitch. So I'd be streaming there. Thank y'all so much. I cannot think straight because I am so hungry. And oh, today is my birthday and it's my lovely birthday present. Thank you and happy birthday. And to that, I will say so long, farewell. I will